Hello everyone, this is N64 Punk with yet another video, and today I'm talking about a pretty cool accessory that I found for the Nintendo Switch, which has been such a great console for me, and I've been going kind of crazy collecting for it since it's on its way out, unfortunately, but I decided to pick up the MOBAPAD M6-HD Black version, which this is supposed to be like the best of the best controllers for the Nintendo Switch. These also do work with the Switch 2, but you gotta buy a adapter for them. And they're also like smaller looking, so it looks kind of funny, but you can use this with the Switch 1 too. So, you know, if these seem interesting to you and you have a Switch 2, or if you want to use it on the Switch 1, you can go back and forth, which is pretty cool actually. You know. So, yeah. So it comes in a pretty nice looking box. Let's open that up. Peel off the protective layer. That doesn't want to come off, yeah. Get that paper off, yeah, or that plastic, not paper, but plastic. So yeah, here it is. Let's see. Please. There they are. Nice in the box. We have a little accessory packet. Not really a packet, but box. Which this is probably face plates, which weirdly came with white face plates. So, yeah, that's cool. I can change them. So that's another cool feature that I'll show in the video, obviously, why these have face plates. But it comes with one for each side, and they are magnetized. They do magnetize onto the controller, which is actually really, really cool. So they're a quick, easy swap. You also get a D-pad, which again, I'll show what that's for. And these like little ring things. Oh, okay. These are your hex diagonal, or what do you call them? Joystick bumpers. You know, like the GameCube had. I think that is that called hexagonal, something like that. So it comes with those. So yeah, you see how by default it has more of a modern D-pad, which I've actually never used one of these D-pads before, which I might give it a shot, but for now I will probably stick with the tried and true cross D-pad for mine, and it just kind of snaps on like a Lego, which is actually really cool. Oh, and I'm just trying to pair with my Switch. It even has the shoulder buttons, which is nice. I could have swore there was, is it on the depth? Let's see, there's got to be more in here maybe. I could have swore these came with the L and R button. May not have. I thought they did. Well, in the bottom of the box, which is kind of interesting to put on the bottom, is, one of these. These are DankPod's favorite, as he calls them, roadmap style instructions. These are the absolute worst. There's a shout out to DankPods if anyone's ever watched his channel. He's a lot of fun to watch. But he likes to call those roadmap instructions. So now they don't come with the L&R. I think they might still work with the original Switches maybe, but I have to hunt those down because I don't even know where mine are. So these have Hall effects joysticks in them, which is great, so you don't have to worry about stick drift. They also have steel on the joystick itself, so that'll hopefully keep from damage. They got your back trigger buttons. Lovely, lovely micro switches. They are, I mean, micro switches are noisy, but man, do they feel great. Like, even the buttons, these are micro switches. Like, it feels so good. D-pad is micro. I don't think these are micro. Oh no, they might be. No, they might be micro. So yeah, so you got your home button. You got your... Well, I'm actually not sure what that is. Turbo? Maybe? Could be. Got a camera button. And your plus and minus. And they kind of got like this cool, kind of like, I guess, scratched out look on the buttons. But yeah, these feel good. They're not super heavy. They're pretty light. Grips feel good. They got a nice texture on them, which hopefully that shows up pretty nicely. But they got a nice texture. They got the concaved joystick or thumbsticks. So yeah, let me grab my Switch here and try these little puppies out. So they go on pretty snugly. Got a little bit of snugness to them. I hope the Switch recognized them. It didn't click. Oh, yep, it did. Wow. That looks so good with these controllers. That feels really good in the hands. Like it actually kind of makes it look like a Steam Deck. Here, let me grab my Steam Deck real quick. So ironically, it makes the Switch look more like a Steam Deck. You know, except, you know, it has, you know, these stick out more. But it kind of has like that same concave look to it, like the Steam Deck. Even from the top, it looks like a Steam Deck. Which, I mean, like I said in my last video, the Steam Deck feels amazing. This feels amazing too. I don't know if I would use these in public, mostly because of the loud clicky sounds of the micro switches. Like the Steam Deck is a lot, you know, a little more quieter. Not by much, but it is quieter. But man, that feels so good in the hands. But yeah, it really makes it feel and look like a Steam Deck. Let's see. I don't have Red Dead in here. So, let me take these off. And I'll do a jump cut, obviously. It's kind of... Or, actually, I'll make another video comparing these to another controller that I picked up recently that I actually have really enjoyed. But I'll make a comparison between these two controllers, because the other ones I actually really love. And there are a few things I like about those that, obviously, these... there's things I like about the other controller that I bought that I do prefer over these, but I'll have to talk about that in my next video. So, you know, leave you a little wonder. So these don't twist off. There's no twist off or anything on the joysticks. I will maybe try and see if I can find thumbstick covers for these. I've gotten addicted to these thumbstick covers. Like, I love these. They look cool. They personalize your system, and they protect your thumbsticks from wearing out. You know, it's like I'd rather this get worn out on the rubber part than the, you know, the actual joystick part that's a pain in the butt to replace. When this, you just slip it off, put a new one on. So I've gotten honestly really addicted to thumbstick covers. They customize your system a little bit more. They're cheap and they protect your. Well, actually, I can't really call them cheap. They're like $10, but you know, I'd rather spend $10 than, you know, replace this whole piece and take these apart. But blah 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 blah. Which I already see a huge downside with these, unless, you know, let me, before I say anything on the downside, let's see. Nope, never mind, no downside. The screws are in behind the faceplate, which is great. So I'm like, thinking, well, how am I supposed to actually get into these to replace the battery in the future if need be? They're under the plate. So that's the cool thing about these is, boom. Like, these just easily pop off. Like, they take nothing to pop off. And there you go. Now you got white. Make sure I'm putting these on right. So now it looks more like the Switch OLED's original color, which is nice. Like, honestly, that looks super sleek. Honestly, it kind of gives me like a Stormtrooper vibe. That looks great. You know, I'm curious if these thumbsticks, these skull ones will fit. If they do, I might have to pick up another set for this guy. Alright, that looks pretty sick. That's awesome. That'll probably look pretty awesome here. Let me swap it out with a black one and see what it looks like with the skull too. So yeah, Steam Deck ones fit, which is great. Now these controllers, let's see, I think they cost like $80, which yeah is, dang it, get on there. It's they're pretty expensive controllers, but honestly, compared to what Nintendo's charging for the Joy-Con 2s, I don't think the price for these are bad at all. Like these feel great. At least let me test it first, I guess, before I say go out and buy these, because I'm not about just you just gotta buy it because I say so. I actually want to make sure I have videos when I'm talking about hardware and stuff that's actually worth getting. But yeah, y'all decide which one you think looks cooler, the white on white or the black with the white. It'd be kind of cool if I had a black one of these, but the other ones that came with them is like a kind of a clear color with like sparkles in it or something. But yeah, looks awesome. Feels great. Let's take these off real quick. So like I said, you can also, where are they? Oh, they fell out. So you can take the hexagonal or whatever you call these. You just take these and it looks like you just slip them into the controller. Which way is this supposed to go? It's supposed to go up. Whoops. How did these go on? Oh, I gotta pop out the old one. So which way do these pop out? Just gotta go in with, oh, tried to come out. Get in there with your thumbs. Yeah, there we go. So you just kind of got to get in there, work it around a bit. These kind of remind me of those things that are on plastic bottles that the caps are connected to. It's kind of what these remind me of. So yeah, you just pop that out. Let's see. You put it in from the top, so you might need to put it in from the top. So it looks kind of like a gear. And gosh dang it, I'm having a hard time with this. Well, y'all get like the real idea of how difficult these are to put on or not. I don't know, these might look kind of sweet with the black around the joystick on the white. Dang it, how are you supposed to get these in? This should not be this complicated. This should have just... Oh well, I guess magnets would affect the Hall effects, never mind. Also, they could have just made these like just magnetize on or something. This is honestly kind of not ideal. Like if you're... There we go. Got it. See? Now you got the hex. So, that's a Steam Deck. That's a Switch. So yeah, now you got more of that directional, so be great for Smash Brothers or something like that. When you want that kind of more GameCube style accuracy. Yeah, it looks pretty sick actually with the black around the joystick. Let's see, let's get this back on. And the company does sell other plates. Oh yeah, that looks way better, I think, with the black than the white. I kind of wish they, in that case, I kind of wish they gave you a color of each for your style. But let's go ahead and get this other one off. There we go. Yeah, I definitely kind of prefer the way the blacks look. Let's get it in very nice. Nope, nope. Go in. Go in, Mr. Joystick plate thing. There we go. So yeah, not too bad. It's a little finicky, but not too bad. Get those skulls back on there and see how they look with that black. Ooh yeah, that looks sweet. Yep, probably have to order me another pair of these skulls. These just look so good. Yeah, there you go. Tripped out. Honestly, I kind of like the white. I thought I was going to maybe stick with the... I got the black, but I kind of like the white, to be honest. The white looks great. The black plates would be great in the, when the, white kind of gets gross and yellows over time, unfortunately. But I gotta say, that looks great, honestly. I really like that. But yeah, this thing feels so good. I love these micro switches. They feel so good. Another thing I bought for this, so I'm honestly, I like keeping all my stuff protected, and like I said, I even have clear cases for my boxes, my game boxes and stuff like that. And honestly, usually when you buy this kind of stuff, you can't really protect your Switch unless you get some insane. You gotta find weird ways to protect your Switch, because companies don't really ever sell cases for their controllers, at least not all of them. So that's one thing I'm glad that this company does, is they sell a case for the controller, which is awesome. Now, of course, they didn't really work hard on the packaging for this, it's like night and day. This looks like a third party. I don't know, this could be a third party, I don't know. Is it made by the same company? I don't know, they probably just got some company in China to make it. Those boxes I don't care about. But let's see. So yeah, I got a hard case. And pretty nice feeling, pretty hard. I think the case was like $20. And I can't remember, I think the controllers were either $70 or $80. I'll have a thing in the description saying how much they were. But I want to say they were $80. So yeah, you open it up, you get a flap that's actually really nice, like really nicely padded. Has a nice padding, super soft. Got a spot for looks like 10 game cards, joystick cover protectors. One thing, okay, so this is one thing that sucks if you're like me and you've gotten into these joystick covers. I can already see. I doubt this is gonna fit in here with these joystick covers on. So, like, if any companies are watching this and you make these types of cases, just make the joystick cover caps, or like the parts of the joystick covers go into, like a little that much thicker maybe or taller, just so these can fit. Make them a little wider, make them a little taller, be all good and ready to go. But it also looks like there's a that's actually kind of nice. That's some nice extra storage. Unfortunately, the Switch's power supply ain't going to fit in that. But you could probably just stuff a regular USB Type-C cable in there, maybe. Maybe some extra games. Headphones. You could put your headphones in here. So I like that. That's pretty nice. You got a protective strap here. Which doesn't seem like it really hooks into anything, so... oh, it's not a protective strap. So this is just to pull the Switch out easier. Okay. That's probably what it is. So let's lay that in there. Lay that across. Fits in there nicely. I don't know. Maybe this company, maybe these will work. Maybe. I might put some pressure on the sticks. Not sure. Now things get in the way. Alright. Okay, well, for this case, it actually does work pretty well with the joystick covers. I hopefully don't think it's... Hopefully it's not putting any kind of weird pressure on them. Nope, I don't think so. Nope. We all good. Okay, so I take it back. These guys actually made a case that works with joystick covers, which is great, because I won't have to take them on and off, or, whatever. But yeah, nice carrying case. Pretty strong. Like I said, I wouldn't sit or step on this thing, but, for a basic case to throw in your bag, not bad. It even has the MOBAPAD name there, logo. Not really logo, but name, or whatever. So I will make a updated video comparing these to another pair of controllers I recently picked up. So far, though, I like these more. There's only one thing I like about the other controllers more. Maybe two things. But you have to find out in the next video.